Pathmonk is the AI for website conversions. With increasing online competition, over 98% of website visitors don't convert. The ability to successfully change your value proposition and support visitors in the buying journey separates you from the competition online. Pathmonk qualifies and converts leads on your website by figuring out where they are in the buying journey and influencing them in key decision moments with relevant micro experiences like case studies, intro videos, and much more. Stay relevant to your visitors and increase conversions by 50% by adding Pathmonk to your website in seconds and let the artificial intelligence do all the work. Then you can increase conversions by 50% while you keep doing marketing as usual. Check us out on pathmonk.com. Hey everyone, welcome to today's episode of Pathmonk Presents. Today we are joined by Nick Oliveri, is the Director of Marketing of Cornerstone Technologies. He's a Ukrainian-born best-selling novelist. Nick, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you very much for having me, Rick. This is awesome.
Of course, happy to have you. So, Nick, I just want to jump right in, if you don't mind, and want to talk about your company, Cornerstone Technologies, the work you guys are doing. How would you describe it to someone who you just met on the street, so that our audience can also understand?
I would say, very simply, we have a bevy in a deep dearth of options in professional services and managed services for companies and organizations of all sorts, from even smaller firms such as law, municipalities, all the way up to middle market, and even some very large enterprises. We have fantastic vendors, and we have some of the best engineers and the brightest minds. On the flip side, we are working on some very advanced emerging technologies with some of the leading data scientists today. And Cornerstone is putting an emphasis on going and becoming the entry point for companies, large and small, organizations, government, municipalities, and orgs, state, local, fed, for transitioning into emerging tech, transitioning into AI. We want to be seen, and frankly are seen more and more as the entry point and kind of that bridge toward emerging technology. It's not always easy to adopt AI or RAG or enterprise search or anything more advanced that may be automated for internal processes or even external outbound communication. What we are able to do, in the other, I'd say, half of our capabilities is provide the entry point into whether it is folks who've been in the workforce for a long time that are wary of things like AI and LLM, RAG chatbots, things of that nature, or even getting directors of IT and CIOs on board for things that, and just opening their mind to wider possibilities. Because at Cornerstone Technologies, we believe that you should be able to use your data. So that's a big thing we're working on, and it's going really well. We're developing a lot, and just very excited for the prospects of the future.
All right, I'm glad. And look, I'm curious. So, say I work at a law firm, right? And there's been discussions, right? We want to implement AI, we want to optimize our internal processes, and I've been tasked to reach out and find companies that can help us with it. Who am I? What's my title? I guess I'm trying to understand a little bit more about your ICP in a way. So that could be across the industry. So obviously it doesn't have to be law firms only, but you brought that example, so.
No, absolutely. What's really interesting is, depending on our offering, we love speaking with folks who are very technical and know all sorts about, say, cybersecurity. They're specialized in. We also, for another offering where we're developing very advanced model risk management tools for highly regulated industries, we prefer to speak with people who are less technical, not because, there's they, the technical people, we want to bypass them. It's actually just more effective to get to those who are more concerned with risk if we're implementing risk management in their models in a systematic way and showing them more of the benefits rather than just the features. I think a lot of folks who are technical on both sides can get caught up in the features and exactly what's going on in the nuts and bolts. That's very important. But there are times and there are offerings of ours where we don't target, say, IT directors, and we're more akin to folks that are concerned with, say, risk or just the bottom line of the business, or compliance, legal, that kind of thing. And I don't mean to be vague in this response, but it's really saying it depends. We have such a bevy of options, and we're so fortified in a lot of ways that it really, our ICP depends on what we are proffering and how we can most help an organization. Depends on who we're routed to or who we want to target and help.
Okay, it makes sense. And it's good to have that kind of flexibility in a way, right? Because depending on who you speak to, you have different offerings. So
Absolutely.
how does that translate to your website then? Would that, and I guess in a way, what I would love to understand for our audience also, what kind of role does the website play in this? Do you think it's helping you in attracting more clients? Is there anything that you think might be needed to help you with it, or?
It's a great question. Our site just in the last few weeks has generated some very warm leads without us doing so much as existing on the web, right? And having the right keywords and offerings and being attractive enough for people to come to us, which is really my ultimate goal. The way I want to generate leads and am continuing to do so is having people come over and inquire. Of course, outbound and direct demand gen, direct sales on the enterprise level and otherwise is very important. But the website serves as a very legitimate means of gaining very warm leads. So the way I see it is no one is going to arrive at our site and then fill out a contact form unless they're one of two things: a bot or a client or prospect that really, really wants and is at least very inquisitive as to what we have for a buying opportunity, and a chance for us to help them out. So it's really all about, at the end of the day, sales and lead gen. Right now, our site is being overhauled once again, but it does play a crucial factor. And the resources that we're allocating here and there as we continue to grow and restructure and refine our offerings, the site needs to reflect that. It needs to reflect that. And as soon as something in our engineering stack or something within our own data science capabilities, for example, grows, the site needs to grow with it. And I lead that effort. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. In fact, I want to follow up on that for a second. So you're leading that effort, and maybe we can talk about you as a leader for a second, right? Just to understand, you've been at Cornerstone Technologies for a little bit over a year now,
Yeah,
right?
over a year now. Yep.
So what are you doing on a daily basis that, to kind of, make an impact and help the
So
company with their marketing?
I I could just yesterday I could name about 8 different things that I did to either help advance things, help bolster how we're seen, help expand our reach, a lot of internal discussions, and then going to vendors for customer testimonials. This is all just yesterday, working with trademarks and new entities. I'm not going to go into that for, legal reasons, but
Of course.
I push a lot of things forward all the time. So my view on marketing and marketers in general is and I'll be very frank with you, Rick. I believe that 97 to 96, really the vast majority of marketers whether they be social media marketers, whether they be like data-driven marketers, whatever, marketing managers, VP, give marketing a bad name. And I understand why.
Mm.
Management looks at marketing as a sunk cost. They say, I don't, you're not directly, they don't see a direct link to sales and leads. A big part of my job and what I've proven here is there is a direct link, but there's also very vital means of awareness and what I call mass intimation, leveraging the mere exposure effect. It matters the more your company is seen. Rick, right now in the background, you got the HubSpot logo. Immediately, my brain recognizes it, and immediately, subconsciously, I'm giving you more credibility because you have that logo in the background. That is one of my many ultimate goals for Cornerstone is to become that I was gonna say cornerstone, but that would be cheesy, right? But that mainstay, that staple.
Right.
And once again, I don't mean to be vague, but really in a day, I can do 8 different things. And one department over here might not know what I'm doing, and one department over here might be badgered, and it just but I guess to put it in a few words, I am a conduit, I am a connector, and I am an ambassador, and I am an external communicator. And I lead
Okay.
a lot of those efforts.
That, you know what, that actually makes a lot of sense. You know, we speak to a lot of marketing professionals here, and what I always say is it's just that it feels like, you know, as a head of marketing, director of marketing, um, you wake up every day and just like, okay, what hat am I going to wear today? And most of the times you're just going to wear them all at once, and you know, and just keep switching. If it's not the context necessarily, but you know, you're gonna have to do a lot of things to prove your worth, so to speak. So yeah, I can totally see what you know
And
what you just described.
I will add to that. I think at companies such as, let's just throw some very large enterprises out there like Microsoft, Amazon, name another, Salesforce. They have a marketing department that's very deep, and all of their marketers have very defined roles. Cornerstone is a quickly growing company, and so I have no problem in ambiguity. Just like in any other, I'm sure you've seen many salespeople too in your life that are like lifelong, like let's get enterprise deals done, and all that. And some of them are slick, some of them are fast talkers, some of them are
Hmm.
very maybe very great at listening. Some are great at problem solving. Some are more technical. Some have no idea what the tech is, but can take the shirt off your back. So, it's the same with marketers. It's, some salespeople can be really bad. Some engineers can take too long, be really good. You just go down the list,
Right.
ideally you'd have someone that knows everything, that's able to communicate everything in the most efficient way possible, but that's never going to be the case. And I have my own lane and my own strengths.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, that's that's where you want to play, right? So
Yeah, and Cornerstone is growing quickly. So yeah, wearing a lot of hats. I happen to be someone, marketer or otherwise, just a professional who is very comfortable with ambiguity. And it's a very good thing at Cornerstone, what we're brewing up. Very exciting things. But yeah, we all need to wear a lot of hats, not just me.
yeah, I would agree. Well, Pathmark is a startup, so everyone wears the different hats in the
Mhm.
team, right? So I can totally relate to that.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, I want to thank you for being on the show with us today. And as we wrap things up, I want to give you the last word. So, if someone forgets everything about the interview today, what is one thing they should remember about your work at Cornerstone Technologies?
Well, I highly doubt that they'll forget anything I said, especially my face and my speech patterns. However, if they were to, um, I would say go and act on something. Go mess up if you have to, but go and act, because in that you will either be admonished and then know a better way. You will fail, know a better way, or you'll succeed and then be able to iterate on that success. So go act on something. I have a tendency to spin my wheels sometimes and fixate. It's a gift and a curse. I would say no matter what, go out, figure it out, act on something.
That's a great message. And tell you what, if I could get in touch with the editing team and then just put maybe a GIF of Shia LaBeouf, doing the "Just Do It," that would be great.
I know, yeah, yeah. Do it.
Awesome.
Really
Well,
though,
Nick,
that's what it
yeah,
is.
that would be good. That would be good, right? Nick, again, thanks for the conversation. I hopefully we can, we get to do it again before the end of the year. But in the meantime, if anyone wants to check out Cornerstone Technologies, where should they go?
Cornerstonetechnologies.com. We're on LinkedIn, just at Cornerstone Technologies. We're a company out of San Jose. And like I said earlier on, anything professional services, managed services, high level cybersecurity, and then a lot of emerging technologies where we're working on providing you, the company, the organization, what have you, the entry point into advanced and bleeding edge tech. So, yeah,
Too easy. Go check them out. All right. Thanks again, Nick. Have a wonderful
thank you
day.
so much. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.